What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Aydian here. It's June 7th. Damn, I keep saying June. It's July 7th. My birthday's soon. I keep forgetting. So this is kind of part 2 of the first video. So if you didn't check out the first video, go back yesterday. Check out that video. Pretty much, this is the emotional concept of lowering my T. How I'm feeling emotionally, what it's doing in my mind, what I'm thinking about. So, my first thought is very, it's very, like, surface, right? It's very materialistic, it's very tangible, it's very egotistical, okay? And so that thought is, oh my god, what about my gains, right? That's, like, my first thought. Like, what about my muscle? Like, lowering my T, is my muscle going to go down? Like, am I not going to have as much muscle? Because let's be honest, right? You know, hormones don't make you muscular by any means, but testosterone is a muscle building hormone. So if you are taking testosterone and you start working out, you're going to have great results, right? And if you, well, let me rephrase that, okay? Because I feel like some people are going to think, oh, that's the key, I'll just take testosterone and then I'll go to the gym. If you have testosterone in you, just like biological men, and you work out and you're gonna build muscle because testosterone is a muscle building hormone, okay? Now, no, you're not gonna blow up and be some huge ripped shredded mofo, okay? That's not gonna happen. It could happen if you want, if that's your lifestyle and that's what you want to do and you want to put that effort in, it could happen. But going back to the main point, okay? Listen, at the end of the day, if people want to take what you have to say and twist it and turn it, they're gonna, okay? So my intention is pure positivity here. My intention is to get emotional with you guys and let you know how I'm feeling inside about lowering my hormones, okay? So the first thing I think about is, shit, I go to the gym every fucking day. I don't want to lose any of my gains, okay? I just don't want to, okay? I put a lot of work into this, and they might not be much to somebody, but when I look, I have a mirror over there. When I look in the mirror, like, I'm like, okay, like, I feel confident in myself, okay? This is how I like it. And so that was my first thought, like, oh shit, are my gains gonna go down because I'm going from 0.5 cc's to 0.4 cc's? It's been like 5 weeks, I haven't noticed a damn thing. I have been traveling a lot, so I haven't been actually hitting the gym as often, but I haven't actually noticed, like, oh my gosh, like, I've legitimately lost strength or I've lost muscle mass. So that hasn't been an issue, but it was a concern, okay? The second concern was like, oh shit, like, is my sex drive gonna go down because I'm lowering my hormones, you know? And again, like, I have not seen any difference, okay? And then another thought I had was like, you know, just like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna, like, get really mood swingy? Like, am my moods just gonna be up and down all over the place because I'm changing my hormones, and that has to kind of restructure everything, right? And that hasn't happened either. Like, I've been pretty chill and mellow, like my everyday self. Like, I'm pretty chill, I'm mellow, I'm optimistic, I'm a go-getter. I definitely, when I have an idea, I want to do it right then and there. But, so yeah, none of that has really changed. Like, overall, like, nothing has changed. But I will say that, like, when I first was like, yeah, I'm gonna lower my hormones, at first I was like, yes, this is awesome. And then, like, 2 days later I was like, shit, like, was that the right thing? Did I do the right thing? You know, like, should I have lowered my T? You know, like, is this gonna mess with me? Like, am I gonna not be a man anymore? You know? And you know, we all know the answer to that question, right? The answer is, of course you're still going to be a man. Listen, you cannot take any hormones and you can still be a man, okay? That's a gender, you know what I'm saying? That's like an identity, you know? And, but I really think it's like, I'm just being brutally honest, like, I had those thoughts, you know? Like, oh my gosh, am I going to lose my muscle mass? Am I going to become emotional? Am I going to, like, you know, get my fucking period? Am I going to, you know, lose my facial hair, you know, like, and I know it's silly because it's almost contradictive, because a part of me thinks like, oh, you shouldn't have to take the hormones at all, but then another part of me is like, oh, but dude, like, if you want to look like a man, you should take the hormones. So, you know, I'm kind of having that struggle, even though I'm like freaking 7.5 years on T, totally, you know, everybody, you know, totally passing, like, everybody, like, totally fine, you know, but that attachment to the hormone, I don't know if it's, you know, it's probably not a good thing, right? It makes me feel like it's not a good thing, but you know, it kind of puts things in perspective for me. It's like, you know, I shouldn't rely so much on this hormone, but at the same time, I don't want to disregard it. I don't want to just be like, oh, I take my shots sometimes, because that's disregarding my body that I'm in. Even though, you know, I have a lot of struggles with my body, I don't always agree with it. You know, it's still the body I have, and I want to take care of it as best as I can, you know. So, so yeah, emotionally it has taken a little toll on me, you know, lowering my hormones. It really has. But at the end of the day, I know that this is what I wanted to do, and nothing's changed, you know. I have an issue with my hips. Like, I have such a thing with my hips, and I don't know, like, even, you know, even my brother, like, my brothers have, like, we just have wide hips. I don't know what it is. Like, we're Italian, I don't know, like, we're Italian and Irish, a little bit of Austrian, but, like, I don't know, we just have wide hips. It's just, we don't have, like, that really awesome genetic taper. And now, you know, most men don't, honestly, but we all like to think that they do, or, like, we like to think that that's what we should look like. But yeah, so I had this fear, like, oh my god, is my fat gonna redistribute, and, like, I'm gonna get all this fat on my hips, and, like, no, like, that hasn't happened either, you know. So I just kind of try to remind myself of the realisticness of life, and, like, you know, why am I thinking these things? You know, I'm thinking them because they're insecurities that I have. Because I'm insecure about my hips, because I'm insecure that, like, you know, I'm not gonna appear masculine, or, you know, and that's insecurity because I feel masculine. I mean, you know, like, a lot of people are always like, oh, well, what's, you know, that's misogyny, and it's like, no, like, I just identify as a man, and I want to be seen that way, and, like, I have no problem putting on pink clothes, or, like, playing around, like, joking. I don't put down women, like, shit. I think if anyone actually, you know, you can see on these videos on my Instagram, my Snapchat, like, even in real life, like, I respect women beyond, you know what I'm saying? Like, more times than not, I'm, like, handing the mic over to them, because they, you know, I've been there, you know what I mean? Like, I've been that suppressed young woman, you know? And, so yeah, so, like, you know, I want to appear masculine because that's how I feel inside, and my fear of lowering my T would downgrade my masculinity really just made me kind of, like, sit back and, like, why am I thinking that, you know, like, let me think about this, you know. So I just think that I wanted to share this information with you guys, you know. So I lowered my T from 0.5 to 0.4. I've done this before. You can check out all the other video that kind of goes back about me doing this before, and yeah, so, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys, that, like, we're all going through this journey, and that we all are doing it our own way, and I think it's important we share it with each other so that we can really, you know, learn from each other's experiences. I think that's so important. I think that's so important. So leave a comment below if you lowered your T, if you've had to up your T. I mean, like, you know, if you know your number, like, what's your number? You know, like, I would love to just get a real big idea as to what everyone's numbers are. I mean, I know some guys that are way over 1080 and they're fine with it, you know, and so, you know, personally, I don't know, like, I don't want to be, I feel like that's when you get more at risk. The higher you get to the 1080 is when you're putting yourself more at risk, because that's when you're going to become abnormal, you know, and I want to be as normal as possible, so that, health-wise, so that I can live really freaking long. So, so yeah, just want to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Getting a little more, somebody said they wanted more rant style videos, more just like sitting in front of a camera style, so I'm trying to vibe that up for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, comment below, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.